question 1342. What is the most annoying thing that people assume about you?
Oh, God.
That I will always be on this show. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. I'm just joking. I just thought I would bring it around full circle and just, like, boom! I thought, that's not my actual answer. Thank you for asking me today, Dave. I really don't hate you. I promise.
I thought that was a rebuke.
I was going to say, you agreed to come far too often if you didn't like it at least a little bit.
It's fine.
Sandy says, never tell Dave something like this, it's a trick question. Stool says that my beauty isn't natural. Is it not?
Okay.
No, wasn't he hit by a truck?
Was the truck natural?
It was a natural truck, sure.
It was a natural truck.
It's organic. It's an organic truck.
Poor Stool. Oh, I
can't pull out Mr. Celery. Stool's not on here, so we can't use Mr. Celery and make fun of him.
He's in the chat, it still works. Jeff.
That I'm hesitant to answer questions.
No, never.
No, I suppose people thinking I'm a walkover. I'm not,
No, I don't think that. I think you're too awkward for that. Are you? Do people think you're a walkover normal in real life?
Yeah. They tend to find out otherwise if they push their luck too far.
Chad says, what do people assume about me? Chad, the Aryan Uber Munch motherfucker. Seriously. Fair enough. Stool says,
Super
I like... Ginger Nation says, for your kinky yoga ball fund, you beautiful man. Do you know how much a kinky yoga ball is? It's like $120. But thank you. Stool says, I like it when Scientism Mel plays with Mr. Celery. I prefer it when she plays with her beaver. I had to try and say that with a straight face.
I can whip it out again if you really want me to.
Whip out the beaver, it's time.
It is? My whole hand fits in it and everything. See? Should we call this beaver Dave? Dave the Beaver?
No.
Dave the Beaver. This is the Canadians' fault, by the way. They made this.
Oh, Yuhan, thank you very much for your $199. Just because someone said ball. We can say ball lots. The African Humanist said, someone assumed I was pregnant, but it was just too many biscuits and snacks. See, that's just rude. It's really rude. Badger says, people assume I give a shit when they think of me, unless they are someone I care about. I don't. Ever, apparently. Ginger Nation says that I have orange pubes. You're bright orange everywhere else. I don't want to know. Dawn Uphead says, Mr. Celery sounds like a creepy guy you might meet at a cigarette stand.
No, that's Stool, not Mr. Celery. That's Stool.
Andy.
I was going to say, I didn't.
See, now I want to know what color Ginger Nation's pubes are.
No, we don't. We don't need to know.
You gonna have people sliding into your DMs on Twitter, Jenny. I hear you like orange pubes. Pictures. Y'all don't do that to her, but if you do, let me know.
I can pass them on, sure.
Andy.
People assume that I am a Republican because when you look at this and that I'm an older white guy in the Boston area, there is an assumption that they can just tell me racist because they think I'm a Republican. There is just an assumption that they can just say racist stuff around me and I'm going to be okay with that. So
You're one of us. You're an old boy.
In fact, I grew the beard to be more accessible. Because if I shave off the beard, I look like I'm gonna be invading Poland in 1939, basically. And so this is
you could
me
always
trying to be a little bit more accessible and humane looking, I guess.
you could always dye the hair blue.
I could. That is correct. I do have hair to dye blue, but that seems like a lot of work.
Cheap dye, it's not. To dye it properly is. But just wash your hair in blue, basically.
Yep. So I would say that's the most vexing thing people just assume about me.
See, I don't think you come across as Republican because you smile.
Right.
That's the weird thing. When you said it, your smile is nice. It's friendly.
Well, the thing is, when you see me out in public, and if I have like a polo shirt on and khakis, I do look like the King of America. I have to tell you this. So there
like
are
you rated a Banana Public and a Gap.
Oh yeah. It's like Banana Republic and the Gap had a baby, and that baby turned out to be me. Grew up to be me. So yeah. Here I just have my hoodie, I have my hat. I look like a non-fascist, but when properly attired, when I look, try to look like a people, like an adult. Yeah, that's my default setting. Is
Aryan Brotherhood.
Fascist, basically.
Yeah.
It's sad, but true.
See, you make me think of Jon Stewart. So
He does make me think of Jon Stewart a bit. Ginger Nation is updated. He has rainbow pubes, not orange.
That's a lot of work, man.
That is.
It is.
no, but how creative!
And some stinging and burning.
Johan says
And
Republicans.
would the bands be right to left or up and down?
That's a good
Surely it would
question.
have to be a cross like that.
Not necessarily. I mean, you would have to get really small, those little small hair divider thingies, and then you'll have to separate them each. You could go long ways. That would actually be pretty impressive. And then you could trim it.
Well, if you're
dye,
going to do it
trim
yourself,
it
I
to
would
look
think
like
it'd be easier to lay it out if you're vertically if you're doing it yourself.
Yeah, vertically, yeah. But then you could have a pube party, a dyeing pube party. Where you invite everybody over and you just color each other's pubes, and
I think Mel's waiting for an invite. Sorry, go on.
Gives a whole new meaning to the phrase "taste the rainbow."
But that was good, Sofa. Actually, that was impressive.
Uhan says Republicans assume I'm Democrat and Democrats assume I'm a Republican. I'm neither.
Oh my goodness.
See, he's been here for 5 minutes and people are saying he's funny. That's terrible. You should do it as a job.
Sofa hasn't answered yet.
I know.
No, I haven't. This is awkward because I've had longer than most to think about an answer because Andy kind of stole my answer when he said that people assume that he's a Republican. I was going to say people assume that I'm a Tory, which is a similar thing. But people do assume that I'm posh because I have a southern accent. And I suppose I'm a little bit posh.
You're very posh.
But not really.
You've got a different southern accent than I have. I've got a little bit of a farmer type of southern accent. Whereas,
You've got a commoner's accent.
Yeah.
Are you from Wiltshire or Bristol?
Hampshire.
Oh, Hampshire. Okay. I'm from the southeast. You see, I'm from the home counties.
People that think they're better than us.
Exactly, we are better.
Oh my gosh.
Where are you living now? The height of class, I believe.
Now I'm living in Leeds, up north. And
Oop,
how I
north.
got up here,
Is it oop? Do you say oop? Or you
up
say
north.
Oop.
Yeah, it's grim up north.
oop
How I
north?
got up here is another story for another day.
up to north. Yeah.
Yeah. Normally we don't let
Yeah, that-
Southerners
that's-
in. They get beaten up when they get sometime around Birmingham and sent home.
Well. Here's the difference between north and south. You can see a black sofa and myself having at least, if not intelligent conversation, fathomable, conversation. And up north you've got stool.
Yeah. And she probably.
There's the difference there.
I'm saying nothing.
You spent enough years in the south of England that we were, you've got somewhat educated. It's going to the north. It's a bit like doing missionary work. You see.
Do they feel that way in Manchester? My Professor Brian is up in Manchester, and we can't be hating on my Professor Brian now.
That's very close to Stall, actually.
It is very close to Stool. Stool says, translate the Southerners for me. Ox says, funny to hear about the UK talk about north-south. Apart from the fact that our south is meant to be the posh, decent people. Yes. And our north is meant to be the good, salt-of-the-earth, working-class people.
Well, then you come to the U.S. and our south. Our south thinks we're the best in the world and has the highest rate of illiteracy, racism, all kinds of stuff. And, but they hold on to those old traditional values. Ironically, the Southern
Don't forget
accent.
abortion.
Wait a minute.
Right.
You want to know about we need to ask Andy about them. He's the expert.
Oh, he's the expert of the South? Okay, go for it, Andy.
Well, I am here in New England, and I think anyone outside of New England is a bit suspicious, to tell you the truth.
That's fair.
Did you grow up in New England?
Yeah. Of course, I traveled.
How did you avoid the accent?
Speech impediment when I was young, and so I had speech therapy, and so I still have the accent, particularly when I'm drinking. Mm-hmm. But right now, I'm on my best behavior.
But I have to ask you. So, do you
Why
go
are you on
out?
your best
Are
behavior?
you?
What?
I was gonna ask him a question that he might find often because he's in New England. So how often do you go out on lobster boats, and do you catch your own lobsters?
I do. Well, I'm a vegetarian, and I don't want to say that I'm a vegetarian with my nose up in the air. I just became a vegetarian maybe about 4 months ago. My girlfriend's a vegetarian too, but she does eat lobster. Mm-hmm. So we went up to Maine she went up to Maine with me.
You mean you're not from Maine? I thought all New Englanders were from Maine and hung out at Martha's Vineyard.
Maine was once owned by Massachusetts.
Ah, okay.
For an extensive period of time. Mm. And so I've been on whale watch. I've never gone lobstering myself, no.
Mm. Then I have to question your New England status, because us here in the South, we don't necessarily believe in the New Englanders unless they out going and getting their own lobster and stuff. I'm just.
Do you get your own?
What's the point of them if they're not getting their own lobsters?
Mel, do you catch your own crayfish?
Sometimes I do. They form like little huts in my yard. Just go over there and stick my hand in and pull them out if I really wanted to.
I don't want to speak for all New Englanders, but I'm going to speak for all New Englanders right here and say that if the South forgets that we exist, that's okay with us.
That's fair. I wish I didn't exist in the South, but I do. So here we are. By the way, my neighbor still has a Trump flag out, and so I put my Biden sign out just to make him mad.
Excellent.
Uhan says, I grew up in Pennsylvania. I now live in South Carolina. From time to time, I basically talk real fast with a slight southern twang.
But you should have waited till nighttime and put the Biden sign in his yard.
Yeah. I probably still do that. And by the way, I did install cameras on my house because I was legitimately concerned that somebody was going to come by and vandalize my house because I have a Biden sign.
Well, there's
In
a
the
lot
yard.
of videos out there and a lot of reports of signs being destroyed and abused coming up to the election. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I posted it after he won, just to rub the salt.
Yeah, but to be
into the
fair,
wound.
that's because you wouldn't dare have put it before, given where you live.
My mom lives across the street and is worried.
I hope you wrote. Actually, I hope you go out and write on it, President.
President Biden and Vice President Harris. Yay! I should have a block party and invite all of my neighbors and be like, we're having a block party for the inauguration. Free hot dogs. Come on. All of these people on my street would show up for free hot dogs and beer. And it doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter if it's Biden and Harris. Oh, they're giving us free hot dogs because they just want to eat food because they're mostly Baptist.
Oh, Baptist. Yeah.
They're mostly all Baptists. All they do
I was
is eat.
brought up Baptist, but we were the non-treacherous Baptists
Not
during the war.
Yeah, we have to eat every Wednesday night at church Baptists that I live with. So
That seems very odd.
Pork chops at 4:00.
yeah. But it was a great way to get out of actually having to sit during the sermon if you're one of the ladies that was forced into the kitchen. So you could just like not have to sit there. You could just go, hey, I'm going to go help cook. You do that gender role. Great. Not going to sit in church. Losers.
Mel, did you give an actual answer?
I'm sorry, I did not. And I just hijacked the entire conversation. So I
That's
apologize for that. My answer because I'm the chemist and everything. Hey, do you make meth? Like Breaking Bad? Do you know how to make meth? There's that. And
Are they
oh my
disappointed
God,
when you say
I have
yes?
this sore on my side. Could you look at it? Because you know science, right? Look at this. Does this look? So teaching high school, I got I used to teach high school. I got, oh my God, do you know how to make meth? And also, hey, does this look like it's infected? I'm a chemist, not a medical doctor. Please go to your doctor. And no, I don't make meth.
The answer
Okay.
is always, that looks like cancer. You should go see your doctor.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
probably have 2 days to live. I've actually done that a couple times because I thought it would be funny, but
It is.
I have 2 days to live. You should go to the doctor.
It's only if she actually gets cancer, then she might have to resort to cooking meth. If American TV has taught us anything.
Oh, Heisenberg. What a great name, too.
Great name.
Uncertainty principle.
Right. Next question.
Hey, you didn't ask me for an answer.
Did you not answer? Oh, I'm
No.
really sorry. What's your answer?
I always wait till you ask.
Oh. What's your answer?
Well, it's kind of a toss-up. They always assume that I've reformed since I got out of prison for the murder charge.
Okay. I never thought
So
that.
that's real annoying that they assume that. And then they
That's
make
how you got
assumptions.
out. That's-
And then they make assumptions about my genitals, and that we can stop there.
You say we don't need to make assumptions. You talk about them.
Not to everyone.
Dave,
Yes.
you haven't answered, have you?
No.
You have not, Dave.
Oh, people seem to make this assumption over and repeatedly that I have any clue that I know what I'm doing. Ever.
It's not.
Who makes that assumption?
I would have thought it'd be. I would have thought it'd be the assumption that people think you have no body and that you're just a floating head.
I thought he was pretty smart when I first met him.
Exactly. It's a terrible assumption. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.